Thank you. Thank you for reminding. Okay. So, so we'll go for the word-to-word meaning and summary. Who has the book in front of them?
I have it, Prabhuji, with me.
So you start and everyone else will follow you, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. That knowledge of different sacrifices
That knowledge of different
Just
knowledge of
sacrifices
different sacrifices
with thee try to understand
with the try to
try to
understand
try to understand
pranipatena by approaching a spiritual master
pranipatena by approaching a
Pranipatena by
spiritual
approaching
master,
a spiritual master,
pariprasnena by submissive inquiries
pariprashnena by submissive
Pariprasnena by
inquiries,
submissive inquiries,
sevaya by the rendering of service
sevaya by rendering
Sevaya
of
by
service,
doing the rendering of service,
upadekshayanti initiate
upadekshanti, they will
Upadikshayanti,
initiate,
they will initiate.
they unto
they
They,
onto
you gnanam knowledge
jnanam into
Jnanam
knowledge,
into the knowledge,
jnaninaha the self-realized
jnaninaha the
Jnanina the
self-realized,
self-realized,
tattva truth
tattva of the
Tattva
truth,
of the truth,
darshinaha the seers.
darshinaha the seer.
Darshinaha the seers.
Okay,
Prabhuji,
thank you very much. So,
Thank you.
who will read the translation?
May I, Prabhuji?
Who is this?
Puja, Prabhuji.
Please read.
Just try to
You read
learn
you read one, two words, and rest will follow.
Yes, Prabhuji. Just try to
Just
Just try
Just
to
try to
learn the truth by
learn
learn the
learn the
by
truth
truth
by
by
approaching a spiritual master,
approaching
approaching a
approaching
spiritual
a
spiritual
master,
spiritual
master.
master,
inquiring for him,
inquiring
inquiring
Inquire
from
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 him,
him,
him
submissively and render service.
submissively and
submissively
render
and
render
service.
render
service
service
Onto him,
onto him.
Unto
unto
him,
him.
the self-realized soul can
The
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 self-realized
self-realized
soul
soul
self-realized
can,
can
souls can
impart knowledge onto you
the
impart
impart
self-realized souls
knowledge
can
knowledge
unto
impart
unto
you
knowledge onto
you
you
because they have seen the truth.
because they have
because
because they
he
seen the
has
have
truth.
seen
seen
the
the
truth.
truth.
Okay, so let's read the translation in full. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge onto you because they have seen the truth. So, what is this sloka 4.34 saying? Tadvitti pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upedyakshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinah. So the translation is, just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge onto you because they have seen the truth. Okay, so how many points are here in this particular translation? Can somebody highlight them? Hare Krishna.
Two major points, Prabhuji, that we have to approach spiritual master and be very submissive to spiritual master.
Okay. Yes, Anita Mataji. What have you understood by the translation?
To get initiation, we need to go for a spiritual master.
Hmm?
and from there we have to submissively surrender and render service
Hmm.
to him. And the self-realized souls, they have already realized it. So they have seen the truth. That's why they want to go to the Guru. I mean,
Okay. Yes, Uma Mataji. Uma Mataji, are you there? Srinivas Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. I see 3 points, Prabhuji. One is,
No, just tell the essence of what you have understood by the translation. Just 3 points.
yeah. So we cannot get knowledge from spiritual master by questioning with proud or with a doubtful attitude. We should be very submissive and mm,
Yes.
I mean, down to earth attitude should be there. Secondly, we should also render service to spiritual master to get the knowledge. And third is we need to select a guru who is actually self-realized by himself. So they only can help us even to go back to Godhead.
Yes. Next. Shivam Bharat Bhushan. Yes, Prabhu. Who is hearing mode?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yeah, like, the spiritual masters are the only one who can give us the like actual knowledge about bhakti.
Hmm.
Mm,
Okay. So, yes, anybody else would like to contribute? Or whom else is there? Puja Kataria Mataji, you already said, right? Anita Mataji, you have said. Anybody else remaining? Okay. So, let's go for a breakup of this particular shloka. Okay. Now, there is a purport. So, we just read the purport. Okay. The path of self-realization is undoubtedly difficult. The Lord therefore advises us to approach a bona fide spiritual master in the line of disciplic succession from the Lord himself. No one can be a bona fide spiritual master without following this principle of disciplic succession. The Lord is the original spiritual master, and a person in disciplic succession can convey the message of the Lord as it is to his disciple. No one can be spiritually realized by manufacturing his own processes, as is the fashion of the foolish pretenders. Bhagavan 6.319 Bhagavatam says, Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. The path of religion is directly enunciated by the Lord. Therefore, mental speculation or dry arguments cannot help lead one to the right path, nor by independent study of the books of knowledge can one progress in spiritual life. One has to approach a bona fide spiritual master to receive the knowledge. Such a spiritual master should be accepted in full surrender, and one who should serve the spiritual master like a menial servant without false prestige. Satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master is the secret of advancement in spiritual life. Inquiries and submission constitute the proper combination for spiritual understanding. Unless there is submission and service, Inquiries from the learned spiritual master will not be effective. One must be able to pass the test of spiritual master, and when he sees the genuine desire of the disciple, he automatically blesses the disciple with genuine spiritual understanding. In this verse, both blind following and absurd inquiries are condemned. Not only should one hear submissively from the spiritual master, but one must also get a clear understanding from him in submission and service and inquiries. A bona fide spiritual master is by nature very kind towards the disciple. Therefore, when the student is submissive and is always ready to render service, the reciprocation of knowledge and inquiries become perfect. Was this audible for all of you?
Yes,
Correct.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, audible.
Yes, Prabhuji, audible.
So, recently there was a Trayodashi of somebody we all celebrated. Who was that?
Nityananda Trayodashi.
Okay. So, what do you know about Nityananda? What? Yes.
He's a avatar of Balram.
Okay.
More merciful
Yes.
avatar.
Okay.
More merciful than Gaura Prabhu.
Okay. Anything else? What the first thing? Yes, Bharat Bhushan. Yes, Prabhu.
He was a great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Okay. Anything else? Even more specific, related to today's topic.
He is the Guru Prabhuji. He's the
Adi
master.
Guru. Yes.
Adi
Very good.
Guru.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Who said this?
Puja Prabhuji.
Yes. So he is Adi Guru. So from him, the entire Guru Parampara that is there is starting. So there are three words here in this translation. The translation. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. So the first sentence that is there, which is saying, learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. So what is truth? Somebody tell what is truth? Idi nijamu. Yes, Bharat Bhushan. So if somebody asks you and tells you, define truth, what will somebody say?
The knowledge given by God.
Saying,
Is this okay, or you want like interactive sessions is okay, or is it difficult, or should I just go on telling something, or this type of interaction is okay?
it is okay, Prabhu.
Okay, so are you happy with this kind of interactions?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Interaction
Yes,
is
Prabhuji. Interaction helps
Yes,
us to
Prabhuji.
improve.
We want the interactive class only.
Okay.
Prabhuji, I have no issue with the interaction class, but Indian, please summarize the whole the topic, Prabhuji, so simply I can understand. So that interaction.
Okay, sure. We'll be coming to that also. But initially, what happens is first is we try to understand what we have understood initially that by the shloka. Your basic understanding. Then then you have to. The topic here is about self-realization. So the first thing is learn the truth. So if somebody says you know the truth, okay. So if somebody asks you what is truth, what will you say? What can somebody say to define? Is there something called as a definition of truth?
Krishna.
No, definition of truth. That which
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Shall I?
yes.
Which is not visible to us.
What is the truth?
Which is that's what I am telling, Prabhuji. It is not
Hmm.
visible for our naked eyes.
Okay. The sun is rising in the east. Is it a fact or truth?
Both.
Okay. So that means we have to know what is the truth. Why we have to know the truth? Now here he says, Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upedyakshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. The knowledge of different sacrifices, try to understand by approaching a spiritual master, by submissive inquiries, by rendering of service. They will initiate you into knowledge of self-realized, the tattva of the truth. So here, truth means tattva. So what all tattvas we have? Krishna tattva, Guru tattva, Bhakti tattva. So many tattvas are there. So they are the truths. So that we have to know. How can we know what is the truth? What is the tattva? What is the Guru tattva? Who will tell us about Guru tattva?
A spiritual master.
So spiritual master. So what is he saying about the spiritual master? I have to go and approach a spiritual master. But how do I know which spiritual master is good? Will they actually tell that, no, I am the original spiritual master, I am telling the truth, you come here, I am telling this. So everybody will say, I am telling the truth. Will they say or not? You go to any person, they will say, please trust me, I am telling the truth. Will they say this or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Raj.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So how can you know that whether they are telling the truth without you knowing what is the truth?
Body language, Prabhuji.
Body language. So supposing apple is red in color, tomato is red in color. So you go and tell a small boy, you describe what an apple is, you describe what a tomato is. You say you go onto the street, there is something which is called as red in color. You pick that fruit and then you come here. So he goes to the market, he sees both of them. Apple also is red in color, tomato also is red in color. This is also called as fruit, that also is called as fruit. Now, your mind is saying apple and his mind is saying tomato because both of them are red in color. So he picks up and he comes and then he tells the world, this is apple. Because both of them are red in color, the same shape, the ear shape, it has got the skin, everything is there. So he says, this is apple. Is it the truth or is it not the truth?
Not
Will
the
it
truth.
become the truth?
Prabhuji. It's not the truth, Prabhuji.
Why? Why is it not the truth?
Because when he sees apple and he is saying like, or when he sees the tomato, it is in red in color and he says it is apple, that is not the truth.
No, because he has not seen an apple before, he has not seen a tomato before, and then you say, like for example, you go to America, you go and ask a boy, where will the milk come from? He will say, it comes from a machine. Because he inserts a coin and the milk will be coming out from a machine. Now, if you tell him that it is the cow which is actually giving him the milk, will he say, is it true or false? Will he accept your statement of saying that the milk comes from a cow?
False,
No, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Because he has not seen.
Seen.
He does not know that the cow will be giving milk. What he has seen, he goes to the mission. His mother will say, look, boy, you go to the mission, insert this coin, you will get one milk and just collect it in a bowl, come back here. So for him, the truth is milk comes from the mission. So truth becomes relative to what we actually see, what we know from it. But that is called as a relative truth. The other is called as an absolute truth. So do we want to know the absolute truth or do we want to know the relative truth?
Absolute truth.
Right? So here, who is going to tell us what is the absoluteness of the truth? The person who has seen the truth. So you have to go and ask the person who has put the milk in the machine, ask him, where did this particular milk come from? He will say, no, I got it from such a dairy. So this boy goes there and then he sees the dairy and he says, where is this particular milk coming from? Oh, this is the dairy. So dairy, it is coming from the dairy. Then again, he goes inside and then he asks somebody else who is taking care of all the cows. Then he says, this cow is giving milk. Then he realizes that it is the cow which is actually giving milk, and that milk is collected and stored in the machine. And when he puts a coin in the machine, milk is coming out. So, is this a proper understanding of the truth?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, similarly, what we have to know is the first thing is we have to know whether we are actually knowing the truth or not. So very clearly he has mentioned here, the self-realized soul can impart knowledge onto you. Supposing you're going to a school. How many of you have gone to schools?
Almost all, I think.
Almost all of us, right?
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
So the first, how many of you remember the first day of the school? First day of your school? When you are just around maybe 3 years, 4 years, or 3 years or 4 years, you were asked to go to the school. What was the first letter that was made for you to draw?
I don't even remember, Prabhu.
You don't
No,
even
no,
remember.
Prabhuji.
Remember, yes.
Yeah. So you were taking one bag, you were taking one small slate, you were taking one chalk pieces, and in that chalk piece, they used to make A, B, C. Now you keep writing A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhu.
So the first day of the school where you go there, the first 3 letters, out of 26 letters, you are first learning the first 3 letters of the alphabets. And then that itself becomes a homework. It becomes very difficult for us to learn what is that 3 ABC. Every day there is one homework. Father will come and say, no, beta, you come here, you write this A. No, like this. So this boy will be doing like this. No, I will not do it. Then again, you have to go hit a no beta, this is like this. Then you have to draw one line like this. And slowly will understand, oh, this is A. So that means he has understood that there is a process of learning with what is called as an A, there is a learning. So similarly, there is learning process for everything. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So every learning begins from the first step. You cannot just say that I am a master of everything by saying from A to Z, I know all the alphabets, I can write all the alphabets, so I know everything. Is it possible? Is it sufficient for you if you say I have written from A to Z, I can write A to Z without any difficulty? If you are able to write that, will you say that you are a completely educated person?
No, Prabhuji.
So who can actually impart the knowledge? So somebody has to give you a knowledge. So there is a teacher. So this teacher, when you want to appoint the teacher, they are looking at what are your qualifications. Kindergarten, what are your qualifications? First standard, second standard, third standard, 10th standard. Then you come to PG, you come to PhDs. And even on PhD, when you do PhD, you have somebody who is called as a mentor. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So everyone is having a mentor. Why do you have a mentor?
To see whether we are doing the correct process or we are going in the wrong way.
Exactly. Because they want to follow you, try to find out whether you are doing the right kind of a thing. Say, supposing, I don't know how many of you. So, Bharat Bhushan, so what is your qualification, Prabhu?
Degree in BSc, Prabhuji.
Uh-huh.
Degree in BSc Electronics.
Degree in BSc Electronics. So,
Yes.
In 10th or in inter, if somebody said, do you know something about electronics? What was your answer?
No.
No. Okay. So, Gita Mataji, what is your qualification?
Engineering in computer science, Prabhuji.
So, engineering and computer science. So, before you became a graduate in computer science, in inter or in 10th, if you were asked to solve a problem in C plus or Java plus or CC plus, was it possible for you?
No, Prabhuji. No.
Yes, Surbi Bharwa, Mataji. What is your qualification?
I'm a physiotherapist, Prabhuji.
Huh?
I'm a physiotherapist, Prabhuji.
So, physiotherapist. So,
Yes, Prabhuji.
with a physiotherapist, supposing if you are there in 10th standard, somebody comes with a stiffened muscle and he says, oh, Mataji, please make my leg straight. My leg is becoming weak. Can you do some physiotherapy for me? What will be your answer?
No, Prabhuji. I wouldn't be able to understand it.
We will not know. Correct?
Right.
How did you all learn when you went to college? When you went to schools? Were you submissive to your guru, or were you arrogant and then say, I've come here, I'm sitting here, will you teach me or will you not teach me? What was your approach? Yes, Geeta Mother.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
How was your first approach? How did you approach your teachers? Did you say, look, I'm paying so much of money for you. I paid this fees. I'm sitting here. Now you teach me. Was this
No,
this?
no, Prabhuji.
Or
No,
you say,
Prabhuji.
please, sir, I'm not able to understand this. Can you please tell me what is
Yeah. Yeah, we will listen to them and we will try to understand what they are saying by sitting humbly.
Yes, Shivam Mudeshi Prabhu, you are a physician. Shivam Mudeshi,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
yes,
I'm
Prabhu.
a physiotherapist, Prabhuji.
You are also a physiotherapist. So how was your approach when you approached your master, your gurus? How did you approach them? Did you say, I am Shivam here. I'm come here, I have joined physiotherapy. I'm going to sit here, you just demonstrate everything that I'm going to do, and I will follow that. Will you say like that? Or will you submissively approach him and ask him, sir, this is the problem. How do I understand this problem? Please tell me, how do I understand? Was that the approach?
Prabhuji, I will submissively approach the master and ask for the guidance.
Yes. So, when material knowledge itself, when we are going to have what is called as submissive, without arrogance, trying to know something, that means our eagerness to learn something new should always be there. Now, every one of you can actually recollect how was your learning curve. Somebody was learning very fast, somebody was learning very slow, somebody was not able to learn at all. Yes or no? some with confusions, some were learning a bit, some were learning some things, and some were actually trying to approach. Now you have a standard textbook of, let us say, if I don't know what is, you supposing Gita Mataji is asked to go to a shop and she says 100 different types of books which describe semiconductors. Which book will you select, Gita Mataji?
The one which we can understand more.
The one
Which,
you understand. Yes, Bharat Bhushan Prabhu, you are an BSc Electronics. So I'll take you to a shop and I'll show you 50 different books which describe only on motherboard or some circuits. What will you do?
The one which was suggested by the teacher.
The one which is suggested by somebody else. Okay. Okay. So that means our approach that we are having to know something is already defined. We are defining the way that we want to learn. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So this definition of learning that is there has to come from who is giving you? The teacher is giving you. Now you have to learn. This is the way that you have to learn. Now here, when you say that the self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Because your master, whoever is teaching you, has already seen exactly what is happening, how this particular circuit is working. He is imparting a knowledge onto you. And then you accept it, you write, you get your degree. Now here, it is your self-realized souls. Now the question is, when you go for the purport, the description of a spiritual master is here. So, material knowledge and spiritual knowledge, are they same or are they different?
Different, Prabhuji.
different, Prabhuji.
You agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Everybody
Prabhuji.
agrees that spiritual knowledge, material knowledge are different from each other. What we see in matter may last for a shorter time. What we see, what we don't see in with our eyes may be lasting for something which is coming from ages. Now, 4.34 is a book, is a sloka from Bhagavad Gita. Origin is what? When somebody says 4.34, from where is this? This is from Bhagavad Gita. So somebody will say, oh, Bhagavad Gita. What is Bhagavad Gita? Then the question is, the first question he's going to ask is, what is Bhagavad Gita? So what will somebody say? Somebody who has read about Bhagavad Gita will say that this is a, what will you say? What will Surbi Bhargava say if somebody asks you, what is Bhagavad Gita?
It's the entire knowledge, Prabhuji. How the way of living life, the lessons.
How to approach Krishna.
Okay. Yes, Bharat Bhushan.
The actual truth spoken by God.
Yes, Shiva Modeshi.
It is the actual words spoken by God, Prabhuji.
So, so Bhagavad Gita is, your understanding initially would always be, everyone's understanding would be that there is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, and this dialogue has been mentioned as Bhagavad Gita. So the next question is, how old is this Bhagavad Gita? What will you say? There is a
What
text
is the
of
question, Prabhu?
electronics. So electronics, say supposing some author is there, some ex-author. Say there'll be a first edition, there'll be a second edition, There will be a 10th edition, there will be a revised edition. So 1936, you go there, that is the first edition. So 1936 is your first edition. 2036, you have the 50th edition. Which edition will you read? Will you read the first edition or will you read the 50th edition?
First edition.
Now you are in, let us say you are in 2025 and this is the 50th edition. The first edition was in 1936. So you are going to buy that book. The first edition is 1936. You are in 2024 and you go to the shop and they say this is the 50th edition. Which edition will you ask and buy?
The 50th edition.
Latest one.
You will ask for the 50th edition, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Now, how old is Bhagavad Gita?
5,000 years old.
So 5,000 years, 1936 to 2024. How many years is that?
5,000.
50, 90 years. So 90 years, there have been 50 editions. And you don't even read the first edition. And you throw away the first edition, you say, this is completely outdated. But here, this Bhagavad Gita is coming from 5,000 years. And in the first sloka of 4.1, what is the statement that he gives in 4.1? Can somebody remember? Who can
This
remember the first 4.1 sloka? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manor Ikshvaka Vebravit. Supreme Lord is telling Krishna, he's saying, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivasvan. And Vivasvan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. So the first instruction was given to the sun god. So how old is sun god? Is it possible for us to actually even calculate the age of sun?
No,
No,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
No. So what are we reading here? 4.34. The shloka is saying, the realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. And this truth here in 4.3, 4.1, Krishna is saying that this truth has been first instructed to the sun god, and from sun god it has come to Manu, and from Manu it has come to Ikshvaku, and from Ikshvaku it has come there, and there is a long cycle. It has been broken and it has been reinitiated again after a gap, and that same instruction which I gave to sun god, I am giving it to you. The same instruction which he gave to Lord, the sun god, the same instruction is being given to Arjuna. There is no difference. So you see the purport that is there. The Lord therefore advises to approach a spiritual master in the disciplic line of succession. Whatever Krishna has said to the Lord sun god has been again said to Arjuna. So there is no cut at all. There is no break at all. But he says, therefore, mental speculation or dry arguments cannot help one lead to the right path. So, Govardhan Prabhu gives one wonderful example. He had gone for a treatment for his teeth problem. Initially, they put one silver. mercury, silver, they used to put in to fill the tooth. And after some days, 2 years later, they said, no, we are not using this silver and mercury because it gives rise to so many reactions. So they are using a different substance. So this is more advanced. So what will happen to the mercury one or the silver one that is already there? So they have to remove that. So that means your truth is not long-lived, but very short-lived. So does that become the truth? It does not become the truth. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhu.
So again he says here, one should serve the spiritual master like a menial servant without false prestige. Supposing you say, let us say, there are how many of them? Gita Mataji is there, Shubham Prabhu, Anita Mataji, and Bharat Bhushan. So there are 3 engineers and 2 doctors, 2 physiotherapists. So you go to a professor who is almost ready to retire, and then you say, this was how, when we were learning, we used to do, this is the approach when we were learning. But now, I think it has been changed. There was no laser. There was no laser when a person who did physiotherapy in the year 1984. Physiotherapy was almost an unknown entity. After 2010, the aspect of physiotherapy slowly increased. So then later on came the different concepts of laser, rehabilitation, better results, better performances, sports physios, injuries, rehab, as instant recognition, instant recovery, and many other things. So physiotherapy, whatever you do, even for gym, they go for physiotherapists. They in sports, they go for physiotherapist. So electronics, without electronics, nobody is able to survive today. What was electronics in 1984? Nobody knew about. If you have a whatever, having a cell phone in 1984 was a big deal. All we had was only a dial phone. So slowly, the advancement that was there, it moved from a dialing telephone to a mobile phone, and now it has gone advanced even more into something called as a projection phone. So what you do, you project the phone in the air and then you start dialing it and you hear also. So that means there is an advancement. Can you expect the same kind of thing which happened some millions and billions of years ago to sun god, and today you are reading that particular sloka which was said millions and millions of years ago, and you are reading the same sloka, you are trying to understand that sloka and trying to say that tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upedyakshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Who has seen the truth? So this truth that is there has been unchanging. So the truth does not change. That is the truth. The absolute truth does not change. So that aspect of what is called as an absolute truth is the self-realized soul. Now here, the first question is, what is realization? So if somebody asks you, what is realization? What will you say? Yes, Gita Mataji. If I ask you the question, what is realization? What will you say? Yes, Rama Mataji. Hare Krishna. Virama Mataji, are you there? Could you hear my question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Shivam Udeshi Prabhu. What is realization?
Coming to a genuine understanding about the absolute truth.
Yes, Rama Mataji. Gita Mataji. Surbi Barua Mataji.
Accepting the truth, Prabhuji. I think realizing what the truth is exactly. That is the realization.
Okay. Yes, Mataji. Puja Kataria Mataji.
Self-realization for me is that no matter what my human brain calculates, like I see red and or orange, but consciously when Krishna tells me to choose blue over red and orange, no matter what, right now I understand in calculation the red can be the right one. When Krishna says it's blue, trusting him, and that soul will go with Krishna, and realizing Krishna is always right. That is self-realization. No matter what you think, but the fact is, so that's the way I see things, Prabhuji.
Okay. So the dictionary meaning of realization would be an act of becoming fully aware of something as a fact.
Yeah.
So which is a fact? Whatever is a fact, when you know that that is a fact, you say that that person is realized. Now the question is self-realization. What is self and what is realization? Yes, Mataji, Surbi Bhargava Mataji. What is self-realization? What will you say if somebody asks you, what is self-realization? Surbi Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
So, I think self-realization is when I accept my truth, when I try to understand my inner self and um, being aware. Um being aware about everything and accepting myself, and I think being fulfilled about the truth. That is the self-realization.
Okay, partially correct. Okay, Bharat Bhushan Prabhu. Are you there, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Realizing like relation with Krishna, self-realizing.
Okay, good. Yes, Anita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
For me, it is like self-realization means it's like getting aware of knowing everything. Knowing or getting aware of accepting the truth, which we have already seen in our spiritual master.
Okay. Yes, Gita Mataji. You already said?
Yes, Prabhuji, knowing the truth on our own by ourselves.
Okay. So, most important thing here is what is this self-realization? Is that we have to know what exactly is the self-realization. Self means what? Me. Who are you? If somebody says, who are you? What will be your answer? Yes, Gita Mataji.
Earlier answer, I don't know, Prabhuji, but if someone asked me now, I can say that I'm servant of Krishna.
Yes. Yes, yes, hearing mode, whoever is there. Shiva Mudeshi Prabhu, yes. Who are you? If somebody
So,
asks you the question, who are you?
Prabhuji, materially, people answer there that I am Shivam Udeshi and so and so. Post
Okay.
coming to self-realization, we say this, I'm not this body, I'm soul.
You're not this body, I'm the soul. Yes, Surbi Mataji.
I
What?
think I completely agree what
No,
Shivam
no,
has
no.
said just.
You have to tell. You have to tell whatever you want. Don't say I don't
Yeah,
need.
so if somebody asks me who am I will tell them name materially, yes. But once coming to the understanding, I'll be able to give them the better answer.
What answer?
I mean, I'll be able to tell them that I am just a body, but the soul is, what stays forever.
What
So
stays
once
forever?
I come to the, yeah,
What stays forever? Yes.
the
So
soul is, yeah.
so yes. So you could see how many answers they came in, and everyone was pointing out to one very nice one was that this soul that is there is actually reaching out and saying that the self is not just this body, but there is something else beyond that, and that is the soul. And the soul is connected to Krishna. So then the question is, why is the soul connected to Krishna? How is the soul related to Krishna? Who is Krishna? From where is Krishna come from? Where am I living? What is this particular world? What is the relationship of the material world and myself? How am I relating myself to this particular material world? What is the quality of this material world? How many worlds are there? If there are two worlds, if there is a spiritual world and the material world, how are they differentiated? If I am here and if I am a soul, why am I soul? If I am there in this particular soul, if I have taken a body and I see so many other different bodies that are there around me, why is it that I have a particular form like this? And involving this particular different forms, why is it that there are so many different people who are having different uh, uh, um, morphologies, uh, shapes, animals, behaviors, food items, rich food, and lots of diversities. The plants are there, the mountains are there, the sand is there, and the material particular creation that is there is completely in a sort of an illusionary mode. And we are there in this particular world. So when you try to understand why is this, then the self-realized soul, he will say that you are not this particular body, but you are a soul, and this particular soul has taken multiple millions and millions of lives, not just one lives. You've seen hundreds and hundreds of lives. And after that, you have taken this particular human body. And after taking this particular human body, after so many years, you have come here and asked me, who am I? And I'm telling you that this particular who am I means that you are a soul, and that soul is now asking, why am I here? And how do I go back? What is my destination? So this particular question is answered by Guru. So he says, I have seen the truth. The truth is that you are coming here from many years together, many centuries, many lives, hundreds and millions of lives. You have traversed from all the insect level to the human level. And after human level, we are there in hundreds and hundreds of different forms. Out of these 100 forms, And how many are actually sitting here and then listening to this class? Only 8 of them are actually sitting here and listening to this class out of so many millions. Only a few are actually sitting here trying to understand what is that truth. That means this particular soul that is there is very much interested to know what exactly is this particular soul and who is that spiritual master. How do I identify a real spiritual master? When you first visited ISKCON, what was your first impression when you saw Srila Prabhupada sitting on an asana? There was Lord, and Srila Prabhupada was sitting on an asana. What was your first impression? Who went for the first time to that temple? Yes, Anita Matas.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. My first impression was to know about Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, to know about Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Shivam Modeshi Prabhu.
My first thought was, Prabhuji, is he a god or is he a spiritual master? So wanted to know more about him.
Wanted to know more about them. Yes, Gita Matas.
He's a great spiritual master to know the things, Prabhuji.
Yes. Yes, Bharat Bhushan Prabhu.
My first thought was like, who is he?
Who is he? Yes. So, how many? Yes, Puja Matas.
Me, I was like, I wanted Srila Prabhupada to accept me as a devotee. So that
Ah.
was my reaction.
Okay. So, our first reaction with Srila Prabhupada, though he was not, he has no, we were not seeing him personally, but he was being personally present only in that particular asana. And the first question was, who was he? Why is he here? Is he God? What is this? Why has he been kept here? So many questions have been coming up here. And then slowly you say, what is the relationship between that deity and here? Then you slowly understand that Krishna, oh Krishna has a brother. So brother is Nityananda, and from Nityananda comes the Guru, and as a disciplic succession, somebody has come through that particular disciplic succession. Prabhupada is in that particular disciplic succession, and he is exactly presenting whatever has been said there millions and millions of years ago. The same thing has been said by Srila Prabhupada. So you see in the purport what he's saying. One has to approach a bona fide spiritual master to receive their knowledge. The Lord therefore advises to approach a bona fide spiritual master in the line of disciplic succession from the Lord himself. He's not coming from somebody else. He's not allotting somebody else. He's not saying, okay, now you become the Guru. Now you become the Guru. He is not saying that. He is from the Lord himself. Lord himself is the Guru. The Lord is an original spiritual master, and a person in the spirit disciplic succession can convey the message of the Lord as it is to his disciple. So this is a statement which we understand. This is the absolute truth. This is the absolute truth which he says the Lord is original. Whatever is coming through its disciplic succession also is original. So somebody makes an iPhone. You go to a market, so you want to buy an iPhone. There are two identical iPhones given to you. What will be your first question that you are going to ask? Yes, Bharat Bhushan. You have been
If
given
you
two
want-
identical iPhones. What is your first question that you are going to ask? Yes, Gita Mataji.
Sorry, Prabhuji, question was not clear. In between, I lost.
There have been two iPhones given to you.
Mm,
Both of them look alike.
mm.
What will be the first question that you are going to ask?
Mm. I'll check the version, Prabhuji, in the iPhone inside it.
As okay. You will want to know the version of it. Yes.
Which model it is, we can check it in the settings
Okay.
itself.
You want to know which is the model. Yes, Bharat Bhushan. Bharat.
Same
Shivam,
Prabhuji, I'll check the features.
pardon me.
Like I'll check the features of the phone.
You want to know the features of it. Yes.
Mhm.
Surabhi Bhargava Mataji.
I will know, Prabhuji, which is the latest model.
You will know which is the latest model. Yes, Anita Mataji.
I don't have that much of knowledge
Huh?
about phone. I don't have that much of knowledge about the phone.
You
But I
don't
will
have that much of knowledge about the
get.
food. Fine. So when you have two identical ones, has anyone asked which is original?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Puja Mataji.
No, Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji.
Yes, Puja Mataji.
I don't know what to say, Prabhuji. Everyone said the answers that I
So
had.
everyone wanted to know about the new model, whether it is coming from here, but nobody asked which is original.
Which is spiritual.
Which is original. So there are 10,000 models, 15 Pro of iPhones released into the market. 15,000 or 15 lakh models of iPhone Pro has been released into the market. Which is the original one? Hare Krishna Guru.
Every all pieces are original only, na Prabhu.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. And other 10 minutes I'll call you. So the first question is, nobody is going to actually ask what is original. It has missed out our mind. Yes, Gita Mataji, am I right or wrong?
You are right, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
So if there are 15 lakh 15 Pro mobiles come into the market and everything is there in one box, if I say which is original in this, what will they say? Everything is original. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So whatever is coming from the Lord, whatever knowledge is coming from the Lord, when it is a replica of that, it becomes original. So the knowledge that is being given from the acharyas so becomes original. So we are not going to do anything called as a mental speculation. We are not speculating at all from anything else. So the truth, if we want to know the truth, then we have to approach the Guru with submission. Say, yes, Bharat Bhushan's Prabhu, supposing if you are now a graduate, And somebody says, okay, you have finished your graduate, can you stop your education? Will you stop your education? Or will you want to go further?
I'll say like I have a lot to learn.
You have a lot to learn. Yes, Shiva Mudeshi.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Survi Bhargava Mataji. What will you say? You have got a degree in physiotherapy. Since you have got a degree in physiotherapy, why do you want to know more? Do you want to learn more or you don't want to learn more?
I would want to keep updating my knowledge, Prabhuji. It's never enough.
Yes, Sanita Mataji, what do you want to say?
I would like to say that we want to know more and more about the spiritual knowledge.
Yes. So the thirst for that knowledge should always be there. And how will somebody get that thirst of knowledge? Only when you ask a question. When will you ask a question?
When our mind gets getting thoughts like who am I, like fallen soul of Krishna.
When we are in doubt.
When we are in doubt. Yeah, fantastic. Very good. Yes, Shivam Puja Mataji. So if you are given a degree and then you say, you've got a degree, so why do you want to learn more? What will you say?
Knowledge is limitless, so no matter how much you learn, it's less.
Whatever that you are learning is yes. Perfect. So when you feel that you are not learning more, whatever you're feeling is less, will you have humility? Or when you say, I have learned all these things, I don't have anything more to learn. What is humility?
Being humble.
Being humble. So there is knowledge makes you humble. Yes, somebody says he is such a knowledgeable person and yet he is so humble. How many of us have heard this particular phrase? He is not
Heard
proud
it.
about
Yes,
his.
Prabhuji.
Huh?
Heard it, Prabhuji.
You've heard this very often, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So you like a person who is actually very humble, down to earth person, so humble in his approach. And then he says, now you want to learn. So you see, when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he is a scholar. He's a great scholar. Bhakti Vinod Thakur was his father. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was a brilliant means brilliant. He was a great scholar. He was writing books and books and books. Extremely fluent in English language. He was writing books. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he says, now you have to go to Gaur Kishore Das Baba and take his initiation. Now, where is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji living? Gaur Kishore Das Babaji was living just beside a place where people don't go. They don't even go to that place. They just go there, finish their ablutions, come. So he was residing with it. And he was staying there only because nobody should come and disturb him. And all that he had was Haribhakta Vilas in his hand. And Gaur Kishore Das Babaji had no disciples. Nobody. The only disciple, the one and only disciple was Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So first day, second day, he went there. He approached Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Said, I want an initiation. You are such a learned person. I am an illiterate. I don't even know how to sign. I don't even know how to sign. I don't even know what these particular words are. So I don't have knowledge at all. What can I initiate? So please go ahead. He goes back to his father and he says, no, he has told me to go back. He's not going to do this because he's an illiterate and he does not know how to do it. So he says, I cannot do it. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, you are not coming home without taking its decision. So he goes one time, second time, third time. What to do? His father will not agree. He is not giving. So what to do? So then he starts cleaning the place where Gaur Kishore Das Babaji is living. He starts cleaning. He starts cleaning does the most menial service. You remember here the first translation that is there? And render service unto him. What kind of render service is there? The most menial of our services. Menial of services, the most menial. What is the most menial service? So, see, I was reading Chaitanya Charitamrita very recently. There was a statement. A person who is doing a deity worship, who is decorating the deities in the temple, in the altar room. Hey Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
So there is the pujaris are actually decorating the deities in the deity room. And there is a sweeper who is cleaning the temple. So the definition of devotional service is what? What is devotional service? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, there is no difference between a person who is actually wrapping, decorating the Lord, and a person who is cleaning the temple. Both of them are devotional service. I don't see any difference. But materially, when we look at it, what is happening? Who are we giving a job for a menial servant? One who has no education. For one who has absolutely not gone to anything called as a formal education, for him, we are asking, hold the brush, hold the, what do you call it, as a broom and clean, mop. That is done by the most menial of services. But when it comes to cleaning of the temple, this menial service is equal to the devotional service of even decorating or even decorating the Lord himself. So when we hear this kind of a statement, what do we feel? We will feel, how is it possible? How can this and that be equal? Will we not have a question in our mind? Yes or no? How many of you will say, if I say decorating the deity is equal to sweeping, a person who is sweeping the temple hall and the person who is decorating the deity in the deity altar room, both are equal and both are doing devotional service. Will you accept my statement?
Yes, Prabhuji, I
Prabhuji.
strongly accept this statement.
2 years back, were you accepting this statement?
No, Prabhuji.
No.
You are not accepting that statement. That is self-realization. That is the realization. That realization is given because you have approached the right kind of a belief. How many of you feel that you have approached the right kind of a guru?
I feel, Prabhuji.
Yes, Bharat Bhushan. Yes, Mataji. Puja Kataria Mataji. Tell me.
For
Yes.
now, I have a Shiksha Gurus. I don't have Guru. So all of my Shiksha Gurus speak one thing, that follow Guru, how to be loyal to Guru, how to serve Guru. And every single time when my Shiksha Gurus talks about Guru services, we get understanding how to be in a devotional service. So in that way, um, as Vardha Krishna Prabhuji always talks about these things. So with that, I'm learning, Prabhuji.
So, okay, so it's already 9. So, can somebody just summarize the shloka? We have just taken only one shloka. We are supposed to take 3 shlokas, but I felt that this was very important for us. And who wants to summarize? Ganga Balak Prabhu? Ganga Balak Prabhu, are you there? Last him. We'll have one final parting words.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah, yes, Prabhu, I'm here.
Yes, sir. So we just done 4.34. So can you just give a little of your understanding about this particular sloka, Prabhu? And
You already spoke, Prabhu, a lot. That is good enough, I feel. So let's hear from devotees.
yes, yes, Bharat Bhushan Prabhu, can you just summarize a bit whatever that you have heard about this class today? Are you there, Prabhu? Anita Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, what I have learned is, when a person is self-realized, then he goes to the particular, spiritual master, who is a bona fide spiritual master who came from all the paramparas, and we should render service in a humble dedication, devotion, and determination. With determination, we have to render the service.
Yes. Shivam Udeshi Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, path of self-realization is very difficult if we are going by ourselves. But if we are very curious on knowing about our existence and we are having the desire to learn the spiritually, then we need to approach the bona fide spiritual master. And identifying the bona fide spiritual master is through the disciplic succession. And bona fide spiritual master, he usually teaches the message of the Lord to his disciples as it is. And when we approach the spiritual master, we have to be very humble and surrender ourselves to the spiritual master and render service to him humbly.
Yes. So wonderful. Wonderful. Yes, Bharat Bhushan Prabhu, if you are there. Okay. So finally, the take home message would be most important thing is, yes, Bharat Bhushan Prabhu, you want to say something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
One realizing self and like approaching a guru.
Yes, yes. Yes, Prabhu. You can continue. Go ahead. We are hearing, Prabhu. You got disconnected. Can you tell again? We couldn't hear properly. Bharat Bhushan Prabhu. Okay. So, recently when listening to Gauranga Darshan Das Prabhu, he was telling only one thing, that is Krishna Katha. So this Krishna Katha can be told to a group of 100 people, to a group of 90 people, to a group of 10 people, or even 1 to 1. Does not matter. Or if there is nobody else also, you speak for yourself, because he says there is Shravanam. Your tongue is speaking and your ears are hearing. So simultaneously, because the art of learning is Shravanam, you have to read the book, whatever that is given loud. You hear from whatever that you are doing, that goes. You see, the correction is not what, supposing, let us take an example. Somebody insults you with a harsh word. What will somebody say? Your words touched my heart. Somebody praises you, they'll say, oh, your praises have touched my heart. Somebody insults you, you also say, my heart has become so heavy with your words. Will you say that or not? Will you agree for
Yes,
this?
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, what is the Veda saying? Shravanam, the ears is directly connected to your heart. So, when you hear anything, it is going directly to your heart. And where is the soul present? Beside the heart. So, who is listening? The soul is listening.
Soul is listening.
So, whether you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, out of so many lakhs of people in Hyderabad, how many were listening here? Very, very few. That few, the Lord has selected and says, now this particular knowledge that is there, I'm going to send it directly to you. Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. And he says, therefore, when the student is submissive and is always ready to render service, the reciprocation of knowledge and inquiries become perfect. Your understanding becomes perfect. Your approach to God becomes perfect. Your realization becomes perfect. So many things are there just by this one particular step. So, thank you very, 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 very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much, Gangapara Prabhu. I'm sorry if I have taken your, you are supposed to take this class, but I also wanted to just experience taking a class. So if there is anything that I have said, any false or hurt anybody, done anything false, kindly forgive me. I'm thanking you for giving me this particular seva. Vansha Kanpatoron Bayascha Kripa Siddhayavacha Pattanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Anantapeti Vaishnava Vrunda Ki Jai. Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. So thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thank you,
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
to progress more and more in bhakti, what are the steps to follow? I mean, as you came to our
Shraddha.
class,
Shraddha.
Shraddha. Okay.
Sadhu Sangha.
Uh,
Huh?
Shraddha and Sadhu Sangha.
These two first things, Shraddha and Sadhu Sangha. And then you have another, and then you start doing, there are 9 steps which you come, and finally that is Bhava and Prema. So, but first is Shraddha. And next is Sadhu Sangha. Never leave Sadhu Sangha. There are ultimate number of stories which go and tell you that even eliminate one smallest association of a sadhu will just transform your lives. So that sadhu sangha is so very important.
Yes, Prabhuji, I got it. Prabhuji, on behalf of our all 10 participants, I thank you for giving us the your your way of teaching is like something different. Like quiz type questions are there, no, which are making us to upgrade in our spiritual progression, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yes, Garla Palak Prabhu, we want your blessings.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. What is your question, Mataji? Could you please repeat one?
No, I was asking Prabhuji, like not asking, just I was blessing or some other thing like that. Like I said, your way of teaching is something
No,
different.
before that, you had asked one question about the steps.
Yeah, that question. I was asking that how to get spiritual progress more and more in spiritual growth. For that question, Prabhu has answered like Shraddha and Sadhu Sangha.
Yes, Mataji.
Now you tell me, Prabhuji. What?
Okay. So, yeah, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, and always, aligning with your Guru's instructions. Whomsoever decide that let me, take guidance from him. So, if you decide that if you want to take guidance from one particular person, so be with him, try to develop good relationship with that particular person, that particular guru. We cannot, Sikshana Guru I'm talking about. So always, honoring his instructions will definitely help you to progress in spiritual life, Mataji. And one thing, progressing in spiritual life doesn't mean that, we don't have to face any problems in life. Okay. We might have to face problems in life. However, looking them as a Krishna Prasad and taking guidance of Guru. Okay? Under the guidance of Guru, whatever problems you get in your life, you take his guidance and then you deal with those problems, whatever issues that you have. Then that will help you to progress in spiritual life. So don't expect that if I progress in spiritual life, I may not have to undergo any problems like that. So you might get, but always being under the guidance of one Sikshana Guru will help you a lot. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining today.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So we'll end the class, Prabhu, today here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you all. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful class. Thank you for showing interest. Thank you. Panchakalparubhyascha kripa sindhubhyascha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.